What's happening, everyone? It is Thursday. The four of us are back. Boom! It's been a pretty shoddy couple of weeks, but we've had some super duper shows led by Andy and Peter. How's it going, guys? It's good to be back. The foursome. Good to be back. How are we?
Fantastic Four.
Good to be back.
Mediocre four.
Yeah.
Not got the same ring to it, though, is it, really?
Yeah.
The average four, I think.
How are we? All right, good?
Oh, good, mate.
Not bad at all, bud. Not bad at all.
Yeah, good. So, Jesus, bit of a damp squid, wasn't it?
I'm fantastic. I'm great. How are you, Charles?
I'm all right, I'm good. I'm buzzing.
Amazing.
Been on the show for a couple of
Are you
weeks.
good?
So.
I'm very good.
Tom, how are you, Tom?
I'm good, mate.
Lovely. Let's go.
How's the chat? We've got James Cosplay. How you doing? Welcome in Easing Killers. We have back Dan, Howdy Killers. Dan, hope you messaged Andy to get some reviews up on the website. That would be great. Looking forward to reading them. How you doing, Andy? Big pile of pickups?
Yes.
Of course.
I've got some this week.
Of course. I think you're on the wrong channel. You might need OnlyFans for that one, mate. Or Pornhub, but easy, whatever it is. What's up, people? Good evening, Wayne. I've noticed you haven't been wearing your high heels in mirrors any time lately, so if you have been, send us a DM. Why not? MJ Comics. It's nice to actually have you here instead of going in competition against you. It's really nice. Only joking, mate. It was a good show. If any of you haven't seen it yet, head over to MJ Comics and watch him and Comic Tom. Great show. DVH is in the building. Evening all, thank you very much for joining, and we have Wayne Deegan again. So true when you know I'm on a roll. And Leon has just joined us. Good evening, Killers. Full house tonight. Yes, it is. We are back to business, and as always, no, I'm only joking, James. Honestly, I'm only joking. It's fine. The lawyers should be knocking tomorrow morning. There we go.
It's not joking at all.
That is a joke. It's tongue in jest. I know where you live. But yeah, as we always do, Killer Comic Show, 9 o'clock every Thursday. Just letting James know it's every Thursday, 9 p.m. It's been the same time for 5 years. We haven't changed. So just putting it out there. I'll send you a message with written proof as well. But we're back for business. We've got killer reviews, indie picks, killer covers. Talking about killer covers. Killer Covers, October 2nd, new comic book day, which was yesterday. Good evening, Luke's Journey into Thunder. Thank you very much for joining. Hugging and tugging. Whatever floats your boat, whatever floats your boat. So as you know by now, Killer Covers is what us four pick every single week. We put it to an Instagram vote. We get told off because we like boobs and bums and we're not allowed to pick them anymore. So we decided to go against the grain and just pick the normal covers. Up first, we have...
This is my pick. I went for The Crow, Dead Time, issue number 1. This is cover D by Lorenzo Colangeli.
Go with it. Yep.
Committed. And is it Sumerian? I've never heard of this publisher before. But this, I liked it. It's not. I don't think it's anything special. I don't think it's anything that we haven't seen before. But on the basis of trying not to pick bums and boobs, I thought I'd go for a little bird.
I like this. I think it's really good, and obviously it ties in with the film that's coming out. Has anyone seen the film? Peter, you live in the cinema, so I'm assuming you have.
Do you know what? I kind of avoided because I got such bad press and people ripping it to shreds, and I don't know, it didn't jump out. I love the original, so I'm not sure. I will watch this when it's on streaming or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Tom, what do you think of this?
I think it's really cool. I can see why Andy's picked it. It's very jock-like, which is quite cool. But I like it. I think it's really cool. I like the way they've done it with the bird silhouette with his face in. That's wicked. It's very. Like, I know Andy's saying that we've seen it before, but it also feels quite fresh, if that makes sense. Because you don't. Although we have seen it before, it's not like we see this all the time. So I quite like it. Thanks, cool. I like it.
I like it because it reminds me of Sting, the wrestler.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Well, yeah. Didn't he do? Wasn't his whole persona the Crow at one point?
It was
Or
kind of,
after
it was
the
kind of
growth.
based on that, yeah. But yeah, I kind of like that. Chris Bell always jumped straight in by saying, I'm going to say what we're all thinking. Normal covers are shit. Go back to picking good ones.
Thanks, Chris.
Cheers, Chris. Wayne has
Cheers,
said, not,
Chris.
not too shabby. James has said, no, I disagree. Forget the ratios. Summarian do all the movie comics, American Psycho, Basic Instinct, etc.
Oh, okay.
James is heading to Joker 2 is not so good. Okay, great. And Indie Comics Corner, thank you very much for joining. Hey, everyone, hope you're well. Andy, I quite like this. I'm not going to lie. I knew I'd seen this logo before, and I think it was because of American Psycho, when I think they did like the business card covers and stuff like that. But I quite like it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few times, like, I enjoy looking at the artists that I've never heard of before. Because, you go down a bit of a rabbit hole on Instagram and on my socials and stuff. Definitely check out Lorenzo's IG. So some of the work that he does is really superb, and I don't think this will be the last time that we'll see him on doing cover duty. So I don't remember seeing him on doing another cover before, but yeah, I liked it. Something different. It's not going to win any awards. Certainly not going to win tonight, but I liked it.
I'd be interested to see if this is black and white all the way through.
If what, sorry?
If it was black
Oh,
and
you mean
white
like
all
the
way
story?
through. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Could be cool. And then only have his eyes lighted up. That'd be cool.
Chris has said the face in the silhouette is ruining it, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering actually when I looked at the cover for the first time if it was like one of those die cut covers.
Yes.
So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
that.
There we go. It is
you
black
lift
and
it
white.
up. Yeah, that'd be cool.
There we go. See, look, it's always
That'd
open
be
to
sick.
always open to interpretation. Its lips to me look so weird. There we go. But boom, yeah, I do like that. Summarian. There we go. This is probably one that you're not going to be able to. You wouldn't be able to read this digitally. You'd probably have to go to LCS and probably put in an order for this one. Would you say so, or?
With it being the Crow and stuff like that, I would imagine you're probably going to be able to get it digitally, but I didn't actually check, to be honest.
Cool.
Have we heard of Sumerian before? Have they done anything like other than this?
Yeah, we just said they in the chat.
It
had done American Psycho, Basic Instinct, etc. But I think that's about it. Leon Russell has said definitely prefer the common cover pics. # Chris. The ratio pics remind me of how broke I am. Yeah, we do have a what's the word? Copyright, where we say we're not liable for any damage that your wallets take during the show. So yeah, you can post.
Jesus, Charlie, that was easy for you, isn't it? Jesus, 10 o'clock already.
Yes, it is. I think it is. I'm having a stroke again. Up next, still. Go on, Pete. Your turn.
Spawn taking a shit, innit? Before we talk about this, can I just say, Charlie, we've got, like you've just put up on screen, we've got Luke's journey into mystery here, and we've also got Indies Comics Corner. They're both brand new YouTubers.
Oh, cool.
Both just started YouTube channels.
Nice.
And the channels are proper comic book content. So please do go give them a check out on YouTube. Give them a sub. Let them know that the Killer Comic Show sent you their way, because they really are good comics. So, as ever, I was late to the party. You guys had picked some great covers, and I was struggling to find one that really jumped out. You know I'm not a massive Spawn fan, but I saw this and I just thought, actually, do you know what? There's something about the colour work. I know that kind of glowing green is synopsis with Spawn's kind of effect, isn't it? That's something he has quite often. But I just think it looks really, really cool. I think it looks menacing. I like it.
Nice. It's the crotch shot that did it, isn't it?
And he's got a massive cock. Yeah, so no, it is. It's just
the crotch shot. You're like, wow, I love this crotch shot.
Like, look at that. It's like an early Christmas present. I want to go and sit in his knee. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I just like the glowing green. I think the skull work around it looks very, very cool. So yeah, well worth checking out. I like this one.
Nice. And yeah, I do quite like it. I've always wanted to get into Spawn. Sorry, I'm just showing I've just dropped the links to
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you.
To the shows. But yeah, I've always wanted to get into Spawn. And I always say this to either Peter or Andy. Where's a good jumping on point?
Number one.
Yeah. number seriously, number one is the way to go. And anything else that you jump into, any other issue, you're going to have missed out. I'd say the first, I think I've said this loads of times, I get deja vu, but the first maybe 15, 20 issues are
to be fair,
the best.
You you could go back and watch the Killer Comics key show where we go through it, where we did the spotlight on Spawn, because I do discuss where the best jumping points are.
Yeah, and that was, I have to say, I'm not a big Spawn guy, but that show was excellent, and it really did point us in the right direction. Just to mention, Charlie, I don't think this cover is by Javier Fernandez.
Oh, is it not? Okay.
No, I think this is by Footy's mentioned. Yeah, this is by the same guy who's done that Monsters book I talked about last week. Would you know the brilliant Monsters covers? I've got a few to show off later on, but that's by him.
Nice. And also, Luke is saying thank you, Peter, for your gentle plug. if you ever make it to Thought Bubble, Luke, if you ever make it to Thought Bubble, you'll see and feel what Peter's gentle plug is, and it normally happens at around 7 o'clock till about 3 o'clock in Wetherspoons.
And it's definitely not gentle.
So no, it's definitely not gentle. If you want less of a challenge, start Gunslinger Spawn. Yeah, I read one of them and got bored. For fuck's sake, Charlie.
I think we did.
There we go.
Did we do the first 2 issues of Gunslinger Spawn? It was just a bit pants.
Yeah, I thought it was pants as well. I didn't enjoy it.
Well, do you know what? If anyone wants to, does it have to be me that sets up the the StreamYard giveaway thing? Because I'm just thinking, if we just hashtag for fuck's sake Charlie, we'll run it, and then I'll give some comics away at the end. Does it have to be me that runs it? Can you do it, Andy?
You keep talking, and I'll investigate.
Okay, cool. Right, so yeah, for fuck's sake, Charlie, we'll get a giveaway going. But I do like this. Yeah, I do like it. I like the 3D version of it. So yeah. Up next.
Well, I've stuck with the theme of women and us, and I went for the J. Scott Campbell Jean Grey variant for issue 5 of X-Men. I mean, J. Scott Campbell is one of my favourite artists, so I just had to pick this one. So yeah, that's why I went with this one. I just love the way he's done the Phoenix wings on this one. I think it's epic.
I'm just really looking. So I've done the same as you. I've just said to James at Slab Crusaders, another gentle plug there. I've said to James at Slab Crusaders, just put all the J. Scott Campbells aside for me. And I think he's doing the same for you, Tom.
Yeah, mate. As soon as I moved over, well, I've done it with every comic shop I've ever gone to. Yeah, I always ask for the J. Scott Campbell covers. I did it with him, I think, when I first moved in with him, as it were, moved on over to Slab Crusaders.
Are we going to carry on using StreamYard? Yeah, I think so. But there was a bit of a debate. They ended up taking out like £45 out of my bank, and I didn't really know about it. But it's fine. Yeah, we'll end up using it. I'll just have to eat rice and beans for the next 6 years.
Absolutely ruined them, didn't it, Charlie? You were not happy bunny.
It's fine. I was just not expecting it. Do you know what I mean? I weren't able to get my Costa coffee and croissant that morning because I was like,
and the
masses.
I just couldn't work out £45 divided by 4. It just I couldn't work it out. So
yeah, I just did. But it's fine. It's fine. I'll keep entertaining. You might just see me like just sitting here unshaven because I can't afford everything.
Well, that speaking of gentle plugs, that's probably an opportunity to say, can we get to 1,000 subscribers as quickly as possible, guys, so that we can make 35p towards that £45, because that would be marvelous. Yeah. After 5 years, I think it's about time that the Killer Comic Show reached 1,000 subscribers, if I do say so myself. So let's get this done.
Right, there we go. I literally just loaded the it's for fuck's sake Charlie, FFS Charlie. Whack that in the chat, and then we'll give away some comics. Going to try and restream. Yes, restream next week. Yeah, that's meant to be pretty good. Yeah, we could have a look at that one. But so the weakest one of the JSE, in my opinion, don't like the brown colour. They do look impressive altogether, though. Glad I picked them up. Yeah, I think they're going to look great. I don't even think if you pick them up as CGCs, I think once all together when they spell X-Men, they'll look awesome. So there we go. So up next, I've gone for. Do you know what?
Does anybody want my opinion on any of these covers?
Oh, you said keep on talking. I didn't know you'd done the street. Yeah,
oh, you did. You
go on.
It's okay. Yeah, sorry. Move on.
See what I mean? You wind us in and then just let us down.
Love it. It's okay.
Yeah, you can go first on this one. Go on.
Okay. Which I think is only right, to be fair, that it's a Jenny Frison cover.
Yes.
Frison. I felt bullied into not picking this for a number of reasons, guys. So when I seen this, I was like, right, I'm going to pick this. And then suddenly I was like, oh, can you imagine the backlash in IG when I pick a female cover? That's not going to go down well. And then I was like, oh, can you imagine the ribbon that I'm going to take when I keep saying Jenny Frison all the time? And Tom keeps asking me to repeat it 3 or 4 times during the show. What am I going to do? So I felt obliged not to pick this, and I went with a crow. So thanks, guys.
But you know what? I've like I don't know how you guys are feeling about the new DC logo, but I like it. I really like it, and I just think like Jenny, she's doing. I think she's on a run of doing these covers at the moment, all of them, and I've just kind of been picking them up because I think they're awesome. So yeah,
she does draw a lovely fruit.
she does. Yeah,
doesn't she?
She does draw a lovely pear. She really does.
It's an orange. It's an orange.
No, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I've got you. Right, I'm with you.
It's probably a clementine, to be fair, if we're being pedantic, but it's fine. It's fine. Oh, here we go. Look at that.
Beg to differ. Or clementine. I don't know.
Thomas, what do you think of this?
I love it. I'm just trying not to ask Andy to repeat it. I don't want to annoy him by asking him to repeat the name. But yeah, no, I like this colour. I think it's pretty cool. I like the Jenny Frison colours. I think they're always quite good. To be fair, though, she had a couple of ones that weren't that good, but I like this one. I think the eyes on this one really make it.
Yeah, no, I do like it. And Chris Bell, as enthusiastic as ever, it illustrates where I am with covers at the moment. When for another week, then Frison is the best one for me. This isn't a good place to be. If you're still in the cage watching this and Fuzzy's got you tied up, then yeah, you really aren't in a good place at the moment. But it's fine. It's fine. FFS Charlie, you might win some comics. Why not? You might win some Jenny Frisons. Who knows? But that is the 4 covers. They are now going live on the community vote in the chat. Over on YouTube, so you can post it up and you can see who wins. Now we're here for something else as well. It goes from good to bad, really, but it's like... Oh, my eyes. Jesus.
That doesn't sound like a bad thing when you do it.
My eyes.
But it does if... I'm not going to go there. My eyes, for the new viewers in the chat, this is where we pick the absolute shit covers that are coming out this week. There's only 2 this week, and it is from up first. Oh, holy fuck, what the...
So, yeah, I have to say I did struggle a little bit to find covers that were really, really bad this week. Across the board, it was pretty decent stuff. But then this one just hurts my head. I think I'm not saying the art style is shite. I'm sure some people really like this, but for me, this is a great example of just too much going on a cover to the point where it's just kind of like, I cannot work out really what it is. Do you know what I mean? There's just stuff all over the place. Yeah, just too busy for me, too much colour, too much everything. And I don't know who that is in the middle, to be honest, but that's maybe just because I might be reading the story. Yeah.
Do you know what? With this, right, I've got to say, what Leon says, it is like a pinball machine. But do you know what? With this, it reminded me of the film House of a Thousand Corpses. I don't know why. As soon as I see this, I was like, this reminds me of the horror of House of a Thousand Corpses, where it's got all the different clowns just fucking all over it. It's just a hot mess. Like, and I think if the thing with this part of the show is that we highlight the covers that are shit. If I saw this, it has a flip on it, because if I see this on the shelf, I'd probably pick it up and go, what the fuck is this? Like, I'd want to look into it, but I wouldn't be interested in buying it. I just think it's just horrible. And they're using the old DC logo. So how is this working? Is it just like the new DC logo is for the all-in run and the old DC logo is for what's continuing? I don't get it. It's pretty shit, isn't it?
Why does it look like the girl in the middle is being tortured?
So this is my point, kind of, Tom. I don't know what's happening. I'm presuming that's meant to represent like a satanic circle thing with the, do you know what I mean? Like the star or something with the Stargirl staff and then the broom thing representing her legs, maybe?
I don't know. It just looks like she's been crucified and being tortured. It's horrible, actually.
Yeah.
It's weird. Weird looking.
Andy?
Not for me. Too busy. Lots going on. I don't think the sort of shiny lights that are shown on the book do it any good. But I think if you look at the individual characters, especially around that main character in the middle, I think those individually on a cover would look quite cool. I think
Yeah.
the artwork's fine. I think they've
Yeah.
I
just
agree.
put every single thing that they can think of and drawn in the past 5 years onto one page. You know.
Agree. I mean, the Stargirl image at the front there is really, really good. You know, I like that look of her. For me, if you'd taken away the title and some of the noise of the cover, it looks pretty cool.
Oh, the sponsors in the chat. It has an Amiga Man 3 vibe. It does. The Virtual Man, isn't it, by Da Vinci? Yes, the
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
Yes, there we go. Yes, yeah. I just think it's too much going on. I really, really do think there's too much going on. The next cover we're going to show is going to be a talking point because I'm interested to see what people think about it. And Andy, it is yours, sir.
What just feels a bit. It just feels a bit pointless. I don't even like the color scheme, to be honest with you. For such a basic looking cover, it feels a bit undone to me. And I think it's just a waste of paper.
It's terrible.
It looks like a Scotty Young font. It looks like something from Scotty. I can see why you've picked this as an my eyes. It just doesn't do anything. Do you know what I mean? It really, really doesn't do anything.
Is it a take on a blank, but putting the logo in the middle rather than at the top? It doesn't give you much room to draw.
No. Yeah.
And it literally is on League of Comic Book Geeks that have did us wrong so many fucking times now. It literally says no artist name. It just says logo variant. So yes,
Surely that's his take.
That's as much information as we've got. Now that shit might be as good as a sketch cover though.
Well, no, because you're gonna have to draw around it, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say you can't really do much with it. Mind you, I suppose you could do someone at the top and someone at the bottom. Really? That's what she said.
This one screams publisher deadline to me. Oh no, this is bad. Is it at least a shiny? No, I don't think so. James has said like a blank screaming out for a sig and a remark. Yep, and it's like the Wednesday variants. Yeah,
Yeah,
very,
that's right. Yeah,
very much.
those.
Yeah, they were fucking shocking. So there's that.
Terrible.
So now we've got the good covers out of the way. We've got the bad covers out of the way. We are here to review week 39, which was last week. So Luke, and Indie Comics Corner, if you haven't been on the show before, we review the comics from the week before, so we don't give away any spoilers. And if we do give away any spoilers, you're a week behind, so you can kind of bore off. Really, we tried it. It worked. It's the formula. We work with it, but no, this is what we do. Week 39, which was last week, and the comic that we chose was Frankenstein, issue number 2 from Universal Monsters. Who would like to take this away? Peter, Andy, Thomas?
Want me to?
Go on then.
Sure.
So I'm a big fan, as you chaps know, of this line in terms of the Monsters universe. I think it's fair to say we've had Dracula to start with, Creature, and now we've got Frankenstein. The cover work on all of these books has been friggin' amazing. And Frankenstein's no different. It's got some stunning imagery. That cover B there, I think was the winner last week for cover of the week from her. But you can see all of the covers are just absolutely stunning. I love that black and white version. I haven't got it yet, but I'm going to get that black and white version. This is a story where it's looking at the different body parts that assembled Frankenstein with a kind of a connecting narrative of a young lad who's witnessed it. This issue's all about the brain, and we'll learn a little bit about the mistake that happens where he gets a thief's brain rather than the brain he was meant to pick up, and gets it popped into Frankenstein's head. And we get a bit of action at the end with old Frankenstein's monster, which is interesting. I really wanted to love this.
Yeah.
And I'm just not, sadly, and I don't know why. It's written by the guy who did Silver Coin, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
And this just isn't, it's just not blown us away like I wanted it to. The artwork isn't necessarily hitting for me. And the dialogue just feels clunky at times. I think this got better near the end of the issue for us. I liked seeing Frankenstein kind of Frankenstein's monster kind of start to kick into action a little bit. But I don't know, guys. I feel a little bit disappointed with this one. I wanted more from it.
I've got to agree with you, mate. I think like so. How many have we had out now? We've had what have we had?
Dracula. We had Dracula.
Dracula.
We had, what's it called? The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Creature from
I was
the
going to
Black
say,
Lagoon.
the creature one, yeah.
Dracula, I liked. I thought it was good. Creature from the Black Lagoon, I think I switched off after issue 2. I think we reviewed issue 1 or 2 on the show. I kind of switched off from that. This issue 1 was great. Like I really, really enjoyed it. Like I really enjoyed Michael Walsh's Silver Coin, which was great. Like he had different artists on that, and he was constantly doing a story. I think on this, like I got really confused. Like at the end of the last issue, we see I can't remember the Hunchback's name. What's his name?
I can't remember.
Igor.
The assistant.
I don't
No,
think
it's
they call
not
him Igor.
Igor. No, they don't. But
Because I always thought. Sorry, Joy.
No, go on.
I always thought maybe it's my misunderstand. I always thought Igor was Dr. Frankenstein's assistant.
Yeah.
But they don't call him Igor in this.
No.
I think it's called something else.
Because they literally at the end of the first issue.
Shows how much attention I paid.
At the end of the first issue, he literally took the kid and was like, "I'll show you how like horrible things can be." And then he's like walking up the stairs and he says, "So boy, who are you?" And I got confused because then I only realised after that little scene on that page that he'd locked him in the tower. And I got really confused because the kid was wandering the halls. So was he not locked up before? I think it was a bit all over the place. But for me, I wanted the story to be so much more. I thought they could. It was just, I hate to say it, Andy, but it felt like a little bit of a filler because I didn't really feel it was going anywhere. The only part that I really liked was this image here, which I forgot to flip round, so do apologise, and then the image on the right hand side, which I think is 2 of the best panels in the page in the comic. But there was nothing really about it. There was, I think the first issue was really, really good. This just kind of dragged on, and I just want it to get better now. I just want to kind of see, because I think Elizabeth's going to be a big character in it. I think something's going to happen with her and Dr. Frankenstein. I think his person that showed him what to do and stuff, he's going to be the one that I think he gets killed next.
His mentor.
Yeah, his mentor's going to be the one. But it's also, is the kid going to have another bond with Frankenstein? Because isn't it his dad's brain or isn't it his dad's body that they've used?
Yeah. It's the hands, isn't it?
It's his dad's hands.
Yes, that was it. Yeah. So, but overall, yeah, I think it was all right. I don't think it was anything special, though. Andy?
Yeah, it's certainly nothing special. I think from a positive perspective, I kind of like the fact that they've sort of stuck to the story that we all love and the movie that we love, but they've kind of Michael Walsh has taken a spin on it by doing like a story within a story almost. So he's kind of giving you a bit of a new backstory as to how he got his hands, how he got his brain and stuff like that, and kept to the main story of the movie. I quite like that. I thought that was good. I'll be interested in see that. I think there's only 2 issues left to go in this. What body parts they use and how do they introduce the other characters? Because the son has to come in at some point. And does he sacrifice himself in some way for the Frankenstein to live or whatever? I don't know. The one thing I didn't like, and these pages are an exception. These are fantastic artwork. The color work in this is superb as well. But I found in some of the panels I get really mixed up as to which character they were talking about, because a lot of there's at least 2 or 3 characters that look the same. So that kind of confused me a little bit. Also, I didn't know if anybody felt the same, but it felt quite jumpy, the story. At one point, there was a page where it was them realizing like they've made he's alive. I think it said at the start, up at the top, and I was like, well, I turned the page back. I was like, what happened? We've jumped, we've jumped forward to jump back again, in the story. I think it's okay. I'm intrigued, and I'm glad it's only 4 issues. I hope they don't, continue this one. I think 4's enough, to be honest.
Yeah.
Tom?
To be fair, there's not much I can add to other than what you guys have said, really. I did enjoy it. I thought it was an okay book, but like you guys have alluded to, I don't know whether or not I'd want it to go on much longer than 4 issues. Like you said, these 2 panels were absolutely outstanding throughout this whole thing. But I don't know. I think not being able to differentiate between the characters exactly the same as Andy, I had that same situation. But also, I felt the story a little bit clunky in places. Like I wasn't quite sure what was going on, and like you alluded to, like it goes back and forth and back and forth. But I really hope that it kind of turns itself around, because that first issue was really, really good. So maybe this is, like you said, possibly a bit of a filler, maybe a setup for the next couple of issues. This might be, like we said before, with some books, well worth reading as a whole kind of trade rather than single issues. But yeah, I liked it, but I don't know whether or not I'd want to read any more unless it was all in one go.
Well, as Fuzzy said, weakest, disappointed so far, weakest of the 3. This was better than 1, purely because there was more in it halfway through, though. It hasn't blown me away. I think that's exactly it. I think it's ironic that halfway through was these 2 panels, and then the rest of the story fell flat. And then, as also said, I'm ready for a comic with all the monsters now. They've dragged it out too long. Similarly, how I felt with the Energon stuff. Just give me the main book. I'm going to be interested to see how they all come together, like with this, because I think that's what they're they're clinging to, is everyone's going to stay on for this. I think this issue could have done more, and then issue 3 could have done more, and then it could have ended with issue 4. I think the next 2 or 3 issues are just going to be rushed now. And it's going to be like, oh, for God's sake, why have we rushed it so much? And then before you know it, there'll be another Universal monster and stuff.
If you take out Frankenstein as the character, this could have been a silver coin issue.
Yeah, 100%. Because that Fritz looked like one of the characters from the Silver Coin. I can't remember the Silver Coin ending. Like, I literally can't remember when it just stopped.
It was very abrupt. It was very
it
abrupt.
was.
Yeah.
It was.
We did read I'm pretty sure we did read most of the issues, didn't we? I do remember doing them.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, it just kind of ended, and it was kind of like, oh, no, it's just not coming out anymore. Okay, fair enough.
There was that one we read that was horrific, where she was in the diner, and then she started feeding people.
Yeah.
that was horrific.
Ripping her body out and stuff like that. But yeah, I think these 2 panels are the saving grace. I think the story was a bit lackluster, but hey, is it coming? Is this like bi-weekly, or is it like every 3 or 4 weeks?
It's monthly, isn't it?
Or it's monthly.
Monthly.
Yeah. There we go. Fuzzy has said we could easily have 1 more Universal Monster title at a time, like the Energon gave us. Yeah, exactly. So that's the review done. We've only done 1 because we have the indie picks now, which is October 9th, which is the week coming. So up first we have, I've gone for Geiger number 7. I'm absolutely loving this.
Nice.
This comic was awesome. I love the fact there's a zebra with a third eye. I think it's great. This comic just does things. I've read the first arc now. Don't know how that escaped me and went over my head. Absolutely loved it. Loving like the Ghost Machine work. I think is bloody awesome. Red Coat for me is really, really getting good now. Really bloody awesome. So massive shout out to DVH for telling me to stick with that one. But Geiger 7 is wicked. I think they've changed the artist on this, because it used to be, I think it was Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok. But I think now it's Jeff Johns, and now the penciler is Paul Patelier.
I was going to say, isn't that Brooke?
But I think, I might have got it wrong. If I have, then I do apologise. But yeah, Geiger is wicked. Who doesn't love a zebra with 3 eyes?
Yeah, who doesn't? It's awesome.
Who doesn't? So that's my pick. If you ain't reading it, go out and get it.
I've gone for The Toxic Avenger by Ahoy Comics. I have no idea who Matt Bross is, but Fred Harper is an artist that used to work with Mark Bagley. But not Mark Bagley. Who am I thinking of? You know who I mean? Who did Lobo? Who helped draw Lobo? I can't remember his name. Bagley.
Simon Bisley.
Bisley. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, so he's worked with Simon Bisley. I actually have met Fred at Nice Comic Con a couple of times. He's a really, really sound geezer. So when I saw that he was doing Toxic Avenger, and obviously there's a movie coming out at some point, I thought it'd be a really cool one to just point out that it is coming out and might be worth having a crack at.
This is my childhood. I used to love this. I used to love it. I thought it was awesome. I don't remember him wearing that get up, but maybe it's because I was like 9 years old. But yes, Fuzzy, you are right. Geiger was Gary Frank. So yes, they have changed the artist and penciler there. So yes, there we go. And as Andy said, thank God the chat is in and people know what they're talking about, because we don't. But Ahoy there, throwing a boy. There we go.
Yeah, can't remember why. I think I was gonna pick Toxic Avenger because I thought that looked amazing. But then I spotted this, and first of all, I thought surely our good friend Tom will pick this because this looks like his kind of book.
Didn't
I
you
did
pick, Tom?
see it.
Didn't you pick a samurai?
I did. The one that the image you're doing at the moment, I can't remember the name of the thing though, because it was on for the sneak peeks last week.
Yes.
Samurais versus Knights, possibly.
That's right.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
So I spotted this and I thought, oh, that cover looks very cool. So I had a look at the synopsis. I haven't got it up in front of us, but I'm pretty sure it's something along the lines of zombie samurais attack, kind of
In fire.
Yeah, and I just thought, you know what?
Say what you see. It's like
samurai
catchphrase.
zombies. Samurai zombies. What more do you want? Do you know what I mean? So
This completely passed me by. I saw Toxic Avengers first. If I'd have seen this, I'd have picked this one. So maybe we swap, Peter.
We should have
I've
swapped.
never heard.
Yeah, we'll swap.
I've never heard of Wake 1. I've never heard of Wake.
No.
No.
And even when we put in, like, so obviously we've got a drive where we put in all the logos and stuff and we just copy them across. Didn't have this one, but every time you type in Wake, it just kept coming up with Alan Wake, the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation game. If you're interested in PlayStations, you can head over to Triple G's channel where James T. Keegan goes on a rant for about 6 hours and 45 minutes talking about a PlayStation 5, which is really, really good. But yeah. Alan Wake 1, Dead Samurai. This does look good though. Like, I'm interested to see what the interior art is because I've never heard of the writer or artist before. Well, the artist actually Ryan Benjamin I might have done, but yeah, no, it does. Good pick there. Good pick there, Pete.
Very good.
And then we have. Oh no, but this isn't yours. Whose is this one? This is Andy's.
Andy.
This is mine. Yeah. Terminator issue #1, artwork by Luke Sparrow, written by Declan Shalvey. So hot off the heels of Thundercats, we have the Terminator.
Is it finished now? Is Thundercats finished?
No.
I'm so intrigued to see what Declan does with the Terminator based on what we've read in Thundercats. And hopefully maybe Peter can get a blank cover of this and get Declan to do a sketch.
Yeah. He's my pal, so yeah.
It does. I think it does look good. Who was it last year? Was it Martin Simmons that you got a really good sketch of? The Dracula.
I've got 2 headshots from.
It was about that big. Was that about that big one? No?
Yeah.
That's £620. Not too bad. That's like the going rate. Not too bad. But yeah, great covers by Shalvey. Shalvey can do one. There we go. And some lovely covers. Oh.
Do you know what? I mean, I love the Terminator franchise, and we're crying out for a good Terminator book. You know, I'm just really hesitant that this isn't going to be a good Terminator book. I don't know what. Declan's a good writer, from what I understand. He's done some great stuff before Thundercats. Maybe it's just my negativity about Thundercats. Maybe this will be great.
Do you know what, Fuzzy's? I think worries me that it's Shalvey again, and he's got 2 stories each issue. I'd always worry, just make the A story longer. I think that's it. Do you know what I think it is? I think they've got they're so up against it, they just have to cram as much in, and I don't know. It seems to be quantity over quality sometimes. Like massively. Thundercats we was really looking forward to it, and I think it was Andy that said this is going to be a total hot mess, and it was.
The problem with it getting into this book as well is that we're going to have those negative vibes before we even open up.
That's exactly it. Yeah,
you know,
that's exactly it. And there you go. Dynamite loves Shalvey. So yeah,
Is this like a take on this kind of Terminator story that we already know, or is this a completely new story?
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
The synopsis reads: the plans to kill Sarah Connor and her son John have failed, but the genocidal Skynet isn't out of options yet. There are still a few more avenues into the past that will allow it to destroy the human resistance that it poised to smash its processors into silicon shrapnel.
There we go.
Okay, cool. So it's going to be like more of an original story. Okay, that's cool.
Fuzzy bought 3 variants. Fuzzy bought 3 variants. So there we go. And it's a new story. So
did he get the Alex Ross one?
That is awesome.
Nice.
That's a really, really good cover, that one.
But that's
really,
because
really
Alex did all the covers, didn't he, for the original Terminator series?
Yes.
It was a Burnley, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's his first artwork, I think.
Yeah. It's quite hard to get hold of them.
We should do a new section of the show. What has Declan done? Because has he actually written anything decent? I only know him for his art, which is normally great. I think he has written some good things, hasn't he?
I bought a trade paperback from him when I was trying to get him to draw a picture for us. But I can't remember what it was called.
So I'm almost sure we've done a showcase for Declan, if I remember correctly. So go
didn't you
back.
do it, Andy?
Yeah, I'm almost sure I did. So go back and check the archive. There's some
Is he-
fantastic
Well,
stories.
next week.
Is
Next
that,
week, yes. Old Dog, that was it.
That was it. That's what I
that was
bought.
really
Yeah,
good.
I
That was
bought
really
that.
good.
Yeah.
Really
Is he
good.
at Thought Bubble this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perhaps you could tell him to his face how shit Thundercats
We'll
We
are.
can say,
We'll go
Declan,
say
what
hello.
have you done? You've really fallen from fucking grace, haven't you, mate? Eh? Just like an old dog. There we go. I have all these issues. Never read it though. So yes. Yeah, well, it's going to be Thought Bubble's going to be fucking good. There's going to be gentle plugging. There's going to be Declan Shalvey shoving. Anything
Do you know
else,
what the
lads?
joke is? Do you know what the joke is about fucking Declan and Thundercats?
Fucking
As much
Declan
as
and Thundercats. I've
As
never heard
much as I
that one before.
despise it, I've been to Forbidden Planet today, and I had to buy another frigging copy. Even though I hate it.
Well, hold on a minute. You're
That's
now
a proper
jumping.
tiger.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
you're
proper-
jumping sections now. We're not
I
on that
wasn't
part
going
of
to
the
show
show
this.
yet.
This is a bonus. I've got my pile of stuff to show.
And
you.
this,
I've got to stand
this
by
is
it.
exactly why Declan Shalvey's doing the Terminator issue #1, because of all the issues of Thundercats that Peter bought.
Yeah.
Peter, you've just
Peter's
jumped
fault.
a section of the show. That's not what we do, okay?
Haven't
We're
we?
regimented here. We're
That's
regimented.
a bonus. That's a bonus. That's not in me show-off pile. This is in me standby pile, just in case.
Sorry, did you say it's a boner? You've got a boner? Did you just say?
Permanently.
That's
Take
old age.
medication.
That's the blue tablet, that one.
Take medication.
Oh, it's got. Are we talking about a Sperminator now, or is it still the Terminator? There we go. So yes, he has a table at TB every year, but he's never at it. Okay, and you'll never
busy.
learn, Peter. You'll never ever learn. There we go. So that's that. Up next, we have Killer Traits and hardcovers. Again, this is for the week coming October 9th. Up first, I was going to go for the one that Tom picked. So then I see this and thought, why not go for it? Batman the Cult, written by Jim Starlin and art by Bernie Wrightson. So this is as iconic as The Long Halloween. This looks bloody awesome. I'm a big Batman fan. I thought I'm going to go with it. I'm a bit pissed off that I've put the wrong DC logo, but I'm looking forward to reading this. This is the deluxe edition. Can't wait to read this. Looking forward to it. There's a new game coming out with like the Batman Arkham in it. So I was on a little Batman rampage and I've picked this. Absolutely love it. I think Andy picked this one, wouldn't you, son?
Absolutely, yeah. I've read the original. I think it was 4 issues. If somebody in the chat wants to correct me, but I think it was 4 issues, and it was a decent story. It's not groundbreaking, but I enjoyed the artwork. Bernie Wrightson's artwork is fantastic.
I just think for me, with Batman, the recent run has been really, really shoddy. Like for me, and I say it time and time again, I sound like a broken record. The build-up with James Tynion to the Joker War was amazing. From the Joker War to where we are now has been shit. It's been really, really shit. They're just replaying stories, they're introducing new characters. They kind of... It's just rubbish, and I really want something to kind of get back into Batman, and I think this will do it. You've got the Long Halloween coming out in a couple of weeks, so yeah, hopefully we can kind of get back into it, and I think this will be the one to do it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Absolute Batman will be the best Batman that we'll
Yes.
read in the next 15 or 20 years. Mark my words.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Hope so.
100%.
And
I agree with you on that one.
I'm just going to give a shout out to massive friend of the show, Dan Panotion. If you head over to his Instagram, he has done 3 covers for Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman, and they look absolutely bloody awesome. Friends,
They do.
yes, is friends. There we go. Batman has said it's a great classic. You'll enjoy it. 4 issues, late 80s, if I remember correctly. And whilst we're at it, surely Absolute Batman is the pick for next week's read. There we go. You heard it here first. It looks like
It is now.
it is now. That's the way we roll on this show. Absolute rebels. There we go. Right. So Batman Colts. That's my pick. Up next.
So I've gone for Extremity Deluxe Edition, which actually was a Kickstarter, and then Skybound have now issued it out. It's written and artwork by Daniel Warren Johnson and the colour by Mike Spicer. This is an amazing book. I would recommend anyone go and read it. It's about it's a bit like, I suppose, 2 warring factions, and there's this girl who is an artist, and that's her kind of thing that she loves, and it gets taken away from her, and she gets very bitter about it. So there's a whole war situation. It is amazing, and if you look into it and go onto Darren Warren Johnson's YouTube, there's an amazing story where he talks about how he got the inspiration from this, from actually meeting people with limbs missing. So it's really, really quite cool. It's a very, very cool story, and it's when you hear about why and how he came about it and why he decided to do what he did, it makes the story even better. So yeah, I would definitely recommend to go and read it. I loved it.
Do you know what I'd really like from Daniel Warren Johnson is like a deluxe edition of all of them. Extremity, Murder Falcon, Do a Powerbomb, and like Transformers for like I think just they're wicked. Like, and this looks really, really good. So
I'd recommend Space Mullet as well.
Space Mullet as well. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Yep. So, but yeah, no, this is awesome. Andy, have you read this one?
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah,
it's wicked. Peter?
No, I've bought it, but I haven't read it yet. But it's
definitely read it, mate.
Yeah,
love that. But it seems to be that Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer work a lot together.
Yeah,
they do incredible stuff.
Yeah,
I think unfortunately Transformers is definitely not Darren Warren Johnson's best work. Unfortunately, I think that might just be down to the franchise itself. But I think what he's done with all his independent stuff, Do a Powerbomb, Extremity, Space Mullets, Murder Falcon, are just next level.
I can't remember the last issue of Transformers I read. I'm not even lying. I think it was like issue 8.
Oh, I'm all up to date.
Yeah, I can't. I think it's the one with RC on the front cover. Yeah,
mine was issue 1.
Mine was issue 1. What was that?
I think the latest issue I read was the one with RC on the cover. That was it, which I think is issue 8.
I'm still enjoying it. It's not setting the world alight, but it's good.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this one. Sorry, I'm just
rambling.
Though,
as someone who likes Transformers, I don't know if I can agree with you on that, Peter.
Yeah, you're not enjoying it anymore.
It's not that I love the artwork. I think it's it's on the art at the moment. Mike Corona is on the artwork at the moment, and his art is insane. But I think the story is lacking something. Really is lacking something.
Transformers still decent then.
I tell you how I would sum it up. It's Pharaoh with robots. That's what it is.
Wow.
It's what?
Wow.
It's Pharaoh. You know,
Andy, you've just sold that back to me. You've just sold that back to me. Thanks, mate. Pharaoh with robots. Have we got to the story yet? There we go. You're funny. You a funny guy. You funny guy. Up next. Here we go. 7 to Eternity.
So, Rick Remender, 7 to Eternity.
Sorry.
I don't know how to say his name. I tried to get through it there quickly. Bunny Mask with nuts.
Did you ever read Bunny Mask, Pete?
No.
Fucking hell, right? I'm just going to write Pete. Andy picked this. I think it was Andy that picked this. And I think even before the show, he was like, I apologise. It was horrendous. The best thing about it was, I think it was a stitch cover where you could cut out the mask.
Yeah,
and that was the best thing about it. Anyway.
Again, I think I've got the first issue but never read it.
Fuck off. Feral with robots, have a day off.
Yeah, that's true. Feral wasn't that bad, to be fair.
Wow. Peter, sorry, I interrupted you like a naughty little cockney. I apologise.
So 7 to Eternity. Rick Remender does some amazing books. I've heard loads of people talking about 7 to Eternity, saying what a fantastic storyline it is, and that it's a kind of a must-read. Image do these compendiums, so I've got the Invincible one. They've done Walking Dead ones, which is a really good way of reading the books in big, thick volumes for a decent price. So you get normally like 15 issues or something for 30 quid. So it's quite a cost-effective way of reading them. So I just thought, you know what? I've not read it. I'm keen to pick it up and give it a go and see what it's like. And a compendium appeals to us because I get a good chunk of the story for a pretty decent price. So I thought I'd give it a shot.
Do you know what attracted me to this? Is obviously Rick Remender, amazing writer, but it's also Matt Hollingsworth as well. So he did Batman Dark Knight. Or was it Batman White Knight? He did the art for that. And that was, I like his artwork. He's really, really good. So, 7 to Eternity. Looking pretty interesting in this one. I assume this one will be one you pick up, Andy, and read, if you do. No?
Me? No.
Okay. Tom, would you read this?
I think I would, yeah, because I again, like you said, the Matt Hollingsworth name rings a bell. I would be interested to read it because I tend to read books, whether it's the artist or the writer, just to have a look, really. But yeah, I probably would read it, yeah.
Bunny Mask was the first comic I bought on the Killer's and you're still here. And you're still here. That is either commitment or stupidity. I'm going to go with the latter. Love you loads. Andy sent me comics to apologise. True story. Absolute true story. Grommets has been my top 3 of the year. Here we go. I sent 20 weeks that week there. I bought 3 copies though, Andy. Fucking hell. Why would you buy 3 copies of that shit? Like,
I think I sent out like 20 apology books to random people that week because I'd recommended it so highly.
Didn't you also send it to the writer of Bunny Mask as well, apologising for his shit performance?
Yeah. Oh, it was pretty poor. That was so bad.
So bad.
Memories of good times, good times.
Good times. Good. Almost as good as King in Black. That was good. That was good times. Good times. Talk about good times from one compendium to another.
Yeah, so last week I had Godzilla as my pick, and this week I went for G.I. Joe Compendium #1, written by the fantastic Larry Hama and Herb Trimp, and artwork by Herb Trimp. I didn't know Herb Trimp contributed to the writing of G.I. Joe. That's
no, mate.
I didn't know that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So yeah, this will include issues #1 to 50. And I believe there's a G.I. Joe movie coming out. So there's a piece of spec for you. Don't listen to it, I know it'll probably be wrong. But yeah, G.I. Joe, I love it. I'm collecting the issues for the whole run, but I think there's like how many issues? 130?
What, the original?
Yeah.
I think it's just before it went bust, and then they went into when it. IDW picked it up.
There's definitely more than 100, I think, anyway, as far as I remember.
Yeah, there's 300 and something at the moment if you include the Skybound ones. But if you're talking just the original Marvel ones, I think there's like, I just want to say, I think there's over 1,000, but not quite 2. Sorry, over 100, but not quite 2.
I was going to say 1,000 or something.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah,
Jenny Frisch and G.I. Joe cover coming for #1.
Ordered.
Please send me a link for that, Andy. Send me a link.
I even ordered it without seeing what the cover was. I just went G.I. Joe, Jenny, boom, I'm in.
G.I. Jenny Frison.
Stop it.
Motorboating there, Andy. Love a bit of that. Casual motorboating on a Thursday night. Why not? So that's that compendium. Here we go. Let's have a look at the vote. We've had 721 votes so far. In joint third place, we have Andy and Tom with 14%. Peter is in second place with 33%, and I am in first place with 38%. Let's see how that lasts. Up next, we have the final order cutoff. FOC for you common folk is the date retailers must submit their orders before publishers, i.e. Slab Crusaders, set their print runs. Orders must be placed with James, Mr. Slab Crusaders himself, by 9 p.m. each Sunday, or they will be cancelled. If you see a comic that you like, pick it up straight away, because you will not get any better service anywhere on the internet. So, up first, I have gone with Batman The Long Halloween issue #2, DC Comics, cover C, J. Scott Campbell variant. Again, J. Scott Campbell, one of my favourite artists. I've already spoken to James. I mentioned it earlier on in the show that these are being put by for me. Batman, J. Scott Campbell, take my money. And Poison Ivy hugging that pumpkin. Well, yeah. And I like the way that the pumpkin's smile is in the shape of a bat. I think that's pretty cool.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This is joint cover.
Yes, it is.
Sale.
Yes. So I think Tim Sale done Batman.
Batman, is it? It's not just
Tim Sale done Batman, and J. Scott Campbell has done the pumpkins and Poison Ivy.
Oh, okay.
That's wicked. I like that.
Yeah, and I think it's great. And I think also I was reading it, one of the bats above Batman is J. Scott Campbell, and the other one is Tim Sale. I just think it's a pretty good cover. And what I've noticed is that the way Batman's cape is shaped is similar to the Absolute Batman, because there was massive talk about Absolute Batman where his arms were so long. Was it an AI cover? Was it absolutely shit? I'm really looking forward to reading this, and I'm also looking forward to Absolute Batman. So yes, this was mine. And for new people in the chat, you can just scan that QR code and it'll take you straight over to it, and you'll be given options of Raw, Slab Crusade, Slab Crusade Away, buy this, get one later, Slab Crusade 9.8. There's loads of options there. There's too many to mention. So that's mine. Up next, This is James's. James is getting in on the action now. The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 61, Marvel Comics, 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. If any of you out there still reading Spider-Man, I do apologise. Scotty Young variant cover, available November 13th. Have any of you picked this up? Pete, I know you would definitely have picked this one up.
No.
Really?
Yep,
I thought you loved Scotty Young.
No, I don't. No, I don't. The only thing I would say is I think it's very cool that this is an 8-issue run, I believe, and all 8 issues have got Scotty Young covers of Spider-Man being killed in some way.
Yeah.
Like being like that, being hit with so. And I think it might even be either weekly or fortnightly. It's not a monthly book. So yeah,
I was going to say it's bi-weekly. I think Spider-Man. It's every other week, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's
Scotty
Probably why it's so cat.
Scotty Young's killing it at the moment. He had like the Marvel big runs thing. Then he had covers coming out for other comics with that, and then he's got these, like he's got the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. Like, he doesn't stop, does he? Like, he really, really doesn't. It'd be interesting to see if all the 8 characters he's killed by a different villain of his, because obviously this one is Dr. Octavius.
I think the next one I can't remember, but he's being sprayed by something. It's like a kind of spider spray, I guess.
Oh, so is it like how you?
Is it Spider Spunk?
Bugs?
Spider Spunk. There we go. Yeah, the 8 deaths. 8 deaths make sense. There we go. So yeah, this is James's pick. I had to get the sponsoring on it. Up next. Oh,
Come on. I don't understand how I've missed Mark Spears, and I don't understand how I've missed his work on Monsters, because this is a trading card series, and then he's done standalone issues of stuff in the past. This is Monsters issue 2, and it's a Spawn homage, and I just think it looks amazing. There's something for me, I mentioned it earlier with my Spawn cover, about that kind of a luminous green glow. It attracts us. I just think it looks stunning. So this for me is I'm sure the story will be great, but this is very much a cover buy. I think this is going to blow up, especially with Nosferatu coming out. If any of you have seen the trailer, that film looks awesome. Like, it looks wicked. Some of the variants for issue 1 of this have already gone through the roof.
Yeah, so it looks wicked.
I know Fuzzy was lucky enough to pick up there's a superb Bride of Frankenstein cover for issue 1. I know Fuzzy's got hold of that. That on eBay at the moment, he's struggled to get it under $100, which is a kicker because I really wanted it.
If there was a blank one of this, I would love to get Alex Cormack to do a.
So interesting you say that, Charlie. There's a blank for issue 1.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot find it in the UK, but you can get it from the States unless James can get a copy for us. Mm-hmm. But it's just the white with the Monsters logo on the top.
Right.
But Mark Spears is doing a signing at CGC, and he's offering remarks and head sketches.
Wow.
So I'm very tempted. I'd like to get a one from the UK first, if I could. But I might.
This is an awesome cover, man. Like, it's wicked. Like, I think it's great. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like November 20th. It seems so far away, but it's literally like 5 weeks away. It's nothing. It's literally, isn't that's the week we come back from Full Bubble?
Yep.
Yes, it will be. Yeah, James has said, Fuzzy, what's the Riddler cover for Long Halloween? Store exclusive. There we go. Up next. Do you know, I was going to go for this, Tom.
Yeah. Sorry. I've gone for TMNT and Naruto. I don't know if anyone has ever knows anything about Naruto, but it is a Japanese manga / anime that is very, 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 very popular in Japan. It's basically about ninjas and kind of ninjutsu and how ninjutsu works. So it almost seemed quite ironic that they were going to cross paths with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm quite excited about this, mainly because it's a crossover that is between an American style of comics with a Japanese style of comics, which is rare. You don't see that. So I'm quite excited about that. But George Jimenez, who did the artwork with James Tynion on the Batman run that we were talking about earlier, the Joker Wars, he's doing the artwork for this, and I just think he's absolutely phenomenal as an artist. And his art kind of lends itself to both style of American but / Japanese. So I really kind of want to see it for that reason, really. So that's why I picked it.
George Jimenez was at Thought Bubble in 2021, and I got some really good cover signed by him. And it was only when I think it was either last year or the year before, when I was going through the comics to pick up, he'd done a remark on it on one of the comics. I think it was a punchline. He'd done a remark of it. Didn't even notice that he'd done it, and then ended up looking and I was like, wow, this is great. Luckily for me, I didn't smudge it like Panels and a Half Pint Superhero did. But that's for another story. That's for another tale. But I'm looking forward to Thought Bubble this year. Cover B, there we go. No, Chirello cover November 27th, James. There we go. Danny P, good evening. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much. And then last but no means least, I'm so glad you picked this one because this was me and you bumped into her at Thought Bubble last year, Andy. And I got a poster
that's right.
signed on her. Yeah, it was.
I think it's when we were getting the Ashcan.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And
From Tula,
Abigail Harding was Abigail Harding was sort of promoting this particular book. So this was out in Comixology, and that's where I started to read it off. But I think each of us got like a poster that she'd signed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I read the first issue or two, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. The artwork is incredible in this book. So much so that I actually messaged Abigail to see if she had any original art, but at that particular point she wasn't selling it because I think she knew that obviously this was going to come out as a hardcover or as a floppy issue. I would love for us to read this and give it a review.
I'd be up for that.
I thought it was great. Do you know what really threw me though is that because I thought all the Comixology books went over to Dark Horse. Because when you look at like when Scott Snyder stuff from Comixology that he's done, it always kind of goes over to Dark Horse. So I thought they had the exclusive rights for all the Comixology. But Ablaze are wicked as well. Ablaze are a really good company, proper indie. So Wings of Eternal Night, good evening. Thank you very much for joining as well. So yes, this is Parliament of Rooks. Looking forward to reading this one. But it is time for everyone's favourite theme tune. It is. I'm trying to find it. Just realised we need to change the signpost, Tom. If we can change it to 2024, that'd be great.
I don't think I have the files anymore.
Oh, you had one job, Thomas. One job.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You just have to come up with a new intro, but keep that. But just change it. Wings of Eternal Night. We are all good here. Thank you very much for joining. Dark Horse do have the majority of the Comixology. I thought I was right. So, for all of you newbies inside, when we lead up to Thought Bubble, one of the best Comic Cons in the UK. Predominantly because we go out, get pissed, and don't remember who we're talking to for the following 3 days. Thought Bubble is amazing. Peter, it's your turn around, so I will let you talk to the viewers.
Yeah, sure. So I'll not read this blurb, but basically it tells you a little bit about the Thought Bubble convention. That's the artwork for this year's convention. It's interesting. But yeah, basically Thought Bubble is predominantly a comic art convention rather than a hundreds of comic book sellers convention. You get to meet some various writers, artists, and all the rest of it. And we always go every year and have a great time. So what we'll be doing...
Sorry, what a comment. You are welcome. I just came from feeding my wolf pups. My husband and I rescued after their mum was killed.
That's awesome.
Wolf pups. Them wolf pups, are they the wolf pups in the picture? Because if they are amazing. They are bloody awesome. So yes, DVH has bought his train tickets the other day. Extortionate. See, that's why you're getting early like me and Ed Vic. Sorry, Peter.
No, you're right.
Pretty rude tonight. I do apologise.
So we'll pick a couple of exhibitors to talk about. So first one is a friend of ours. A number of who have met this guy. This is Kevin Wells. Tremendous guy who's an independent artist. You've got all of his socials there to have a look at. Kevin is a self-publisher. He's done his own book, and I'll get it wrong. I can never say it. The Last Einenjar, can't remember. Einenjar, which is basically a superb story of it's a bit like Norse mythology kind of stuff of battles and fighting and all that kind of stuff.
It's amazing.
It's superb book. So we will be selling that at the convention. He's hoping to have some copies of his short story, The Weeping Blade, as well at the convention, which is
awesome as well.
Up. It's awesome. Stunning little book. And he also does stunning commission work. So if you want a commission from Kev, which I can highly recommend, I've got a number of them myself, but you can see some examples on the page there. Drop him a line over on Instagram and he will set you up with a commission to pick up at the convention. He probably won't have an opportunity to do sketches at the con, so I really recommend if you want one, you get in touch with them beforehand. You'll not get a cheaper, more detailed commission.
He's a bloody nice guy as well.
Yeah.
Bloody
if
nice
you want to
guy.
see the quality of his work, a little bit of a plug, check out my drone live show we do, because he draws on that, and it's just amazing what this guy can do. So
Yes.
friend of ours, friend of the channel, well worth checking out, well worth getting a sketch off him if you want.
Here we go. The Weeping Blade was an absolute peach of a little book.
Stunning.
And Batdan has also said, I've tapped up Dave Stokes for a sketch after you mentioned him last week. He was very, very impressed with you guys as well. So, yes, a job well done to you both. So, yes, little round of applause for you there. And also, Francesca Fantini is going to be there as well, Andy and Tom. So, that was for, what was the vampire comic? What was it called?
Steak.
Snake, that's the one, yeah. Do you know, I'm looking forward to seeing her, because I talk to her now and again on Facebook and stuff, and I think her husband's there as well. So it'd be interesting to see. I'd like to
I thought
see
the
if
artwork on Steak was amazing.
it was wicked, yeah. Unfortunately, the story wasn't all that. But Wings of Eternal has just said, my neighbours are a bit on edge because my husband and I adopted fur babies. Do you know what? Each to their own. You've got the gorgeous dogs. Just set them on them if they kick up a fuss. Why not?
Yeah.
So Kevin Wells, yeah, great guy. Check him out. All the details are there. Up next, Simon Furman.
Oh, excited about this. Now, I'm sure Tom's met this guy many a time, but I've never met Simon Furman, and I didn't think he was at Thought Bubble. I didn't realise he'd been there previously. This is Simon Furman, who is a legend, particularly if you like Transformers. He's been in the comic industry for years and years and years. Again, all these socials are there. He obviously is linked massively to the Transformers universe, wrote on a number of the Transformers UK books. He then spearheaded the relaunch of Generation 1 with that die-cast cover a few years later. He wrote a load of stuff for Marvel. He did What If. He did Brute Force, which I've got a copy of, so I'm going to get him to saying that. He's probably well known, I would imagine, for that cover on the front there where he introduced, where he designed Death's Head, which is one of my all-time favourite characters. So I will be taking my copy of that Transformers book with Rodimus on the front there to get that signed. Actually, that's Tom will correct us. That's not Rodimus, that's Hot Rod, isn't it?
No, you are right.
Is it Rodimus at that stage? Anyway, he's done some amazing work, stunning stuff. He teams up a lot with Andy Fur. What's the artist?
He teams up a hell of a lot with Andrew Wildman.
Yeah, Andrew
and
Wildman.
Also teams up with Jeff Senior, who's one of the greats.
So yeah, excited.
Actually, I have all their phone numbers if you want them on the show at all. By the way, they're all my. Actually, I'm friends with them.
Yeah. They name drop is superb. I'd love to interview Simon Furman.
His details, mate.
Do you know what though, Pete? Like, so when I first went to Thought Bubble, it was the first time, and it was obviously the first time I was meeting up with Tom. I was meeting up with Andy, James, and everyone. I took a suitcase full of comics that I was like, I'm gonna get them signed. It's gonna be.
I remember picking you up from the train station.
Well, I'm tiny. You literally picked me up from the train station. But I remember taking all these comics, getting them all signed, and thinking, yeah, I've done it. And then when I was coming home at like fucking 8 o'clock on a Monday morning, hungover, I was like, this is one of the worst decisions of my life. Never, ever am I taking so many books again. Yeah. Then the second year I went, I kind of took a few, and I was like, I'm going to get some commissions done. And we got some like CBCSs. Last year, I think I must have took a handful of comics, ended up getting some sketches and stuff like that. That is the way forward. If you're going to Thought Bubble, just don't take everything, because if you're like me, the ones that you get signed and you go all out and you put the squares around for like the windows for where to sign and stuff like that, they will sit in a long box and you will never see them again. Whereas if you get arts done, I got one done by Ian Richardson, the Batman. Sensational. Like, I'll probably be ending up getting another one done by him again. But it's stuff like that will stay with you and you can display, because I'm not being funny. A signature on a comic at that moment in time, you're like, yeah, I've got James Tynion, or I've got so-and-so, or Michael Dilianis. I've got him done and stuff, but then you're not going to look at it again. I know why Andy's laughing, because it was a fucking awesome story. For those of you in the chat, we'll talk about that if you come to Thought Bubble. But what I'm trying to get at is that don't take all the comics. Just go and get what you want to get. Get your sketches, get your commissions, pick up your CGCs, and just enjoy it. And come and get pissed with us, because that's the highlight. That is the highlight.
That is the highlight. I remember that first thought bubble, mate, when you rocked up and you had your bag full of comics. I remember the first day going in with you, and you're like, I want to get this, and this signed, and then you stood in the queue for like 5 minutes, and like, fuck this, I'm taking them back to the hotel room. It was amazing.
I was done, absolutely done. But yeah, Edvic said that Batman you got was amazing. Was chatting to Dan about it the other week. Yeah, it was wicked. It was on a blank cover, double page spread with all the bats flying off. So yeah, and the thing is with that, he was so busy, he literally took the comic away and then sent it to me and didn't even charge me for it. I think he charged me for the commission, but didn't charge me for the postage and stuff like that. Don't queue in front of me with a long box. No, not at all. So yes, I'm looking forward to this. Simon Furman, like wicked. I didn't even know about him until he sent his slides through. Pete. So massive thanks for that. So yeah, it should be great. It should be a good one. So we are at that part of the show where it's the Killer Comic Show sneak peek for next week. We don't really need to go through this now because we've already said we're doing Absolute Batman issue number 1. But Tom, you would have picked.
So I picked The Creeping Below because I think you guys mentioned it last week on the show. I think it might have been one of Charlie's picks.
Yeah.
But I actually, despite the fact that I don't like or I'm not into horror comics, this one intrigued me. So I thought I would, pick it for one to read.
I've read it, and it was really, really good. The art in it was really good. Mm-hmm.
It looks and sounds like it would be a good read.
I went for ECPD.
I'm shaking my head, Charlie, because I got 3 pages into Creeping Below, and I thought the art was so bad I couldn't read anymore.
Really?
Really?
I enjoyed it. Oh fuck! I liked it.
Yeah. Maybe I just didn't give it a good enough go.
Hold on. Dr. Von Hoop's thrown a curveball. Is surely Absolute Batman would be the week after? When does it come out? Does it come out this week or next week?
No, it'll be next week. It comes out next week. So
right. So unfortunately, guys, these are the 4 comics we're reading. Let's pick Creeping Below because I want to see Pete. But yeah, I picked ECPD. I can't remember what it's about, but I just like the cover of it, so I went for that one.
I picked All In Special, issue number 1. You get 2 tales for your book in this one.
Ain't that what you shout on a Friday night?
It is all in, yeah. This is the lead into the new Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman tale. Yeah, I've read it.
Okay. You're really selling it this week, Pete. Nice one, mate.
Shit.
Andy.
Awful. That's why when you were talking about getting excited about All Out, or whatever you call it, I was like, because if the artwork is anything like the artwork in this book, it's like someone's crapped in a bag and then slapped it in between 2 pages. It's just awful.
Nice.
Awful.
Nice. Andy?
I went for Hyde Street issue number 1, which I think I previewed last week. I've not read it yet, but I think the synopsis sounded fantastic, so that is my pick that I'm going to read next week.
Ghost Machine as well. Ghost Machine. This ain't Jeff Johns, is it? Is it Jeff Johns?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, he's fucking Gaze is killing it.
It was one of your indie picks, was it? Not last week, Andy? This one?
Yes.
Or the week before?
True.
Yeah. Again, this one was one of the ones I was intrigued by as well. I nearly picked that one.
High Street's a good pick.
So normally what we do here, these 4 comics will go over to the community vote on YouTube and the winner will get the pick. We've gone down to 1 comic because obviously we are now doing the Road to Thought Bubble. So each week one of us will pick either an artist, a writer or a seller that's going to be at Thought Bubble, and we'll highlight them and you can kind of check them out when you get there. So these 4 comics will go up after the show. And then the winner will be reviewed also. So up next, we have the housekeeping. So you can find all 4 of us over on your socials. You can find me over on Instagram at Geeky Guy Comics. I say it every week. I need to take that shit off because no one's on Twitter anymore. Twitter, Twitter, X, whatever it is. I'm just on Instagram. Check me out there. And also, that's it. Peter, where can we find you?
Instagram, YouTube, live Saturday night with James T. Keegan. We're doing
Tesco's Club Card.
Texas Club Card, yeah. We're doing our 9:00 show over on One Good Scare Show, which is a horror review. And then Tuesday night, I've got the launch of my new show, which is where we look at a year in geek. So we're looking at 1977. So we're looking at all of the geek-related movies, TV shows, comics, toys, and games that came out that year.
You just leave concepts for other people. You've got enough going on. Seriously.
Can't help it, man.
Jesus.
Always
You're
thinking.
always
reading,
thinking,
you
just
know what I mean?
always on the go.
Yeah.
Always on the go. Love ya. Andy, where can we find you? I've had enough of him.
You can find me on Instagram on perpetual.comics. But again, just want to plead to everybody to try and get us to 1,000 subs, please, before maybe the end of the year would be fantastic. So if you haven't already subbed, please do so, and please share with your other people on your socials and ask them to come and subscribe. That would be lovely.
And we do make payments via PayPal. So you know, you know what I mean. Any subs, go for it. No, I'm joking. We don't do that. We're probably one of the only channels that don't do that.
It would probably actually be quicker and cheaper for us to buy 70 subs, to be fair. We should just do that at this point.
We would, yeah. But yeah, maybe we will. No, we're not doing that. We're sticking to our game. We're not doing that. No, we're not.
Just let other people do that.
Yeah, let other people do that. Tom, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram on both my Not Quite Mint page, where you can see all my comic book collection and stuff. I'm going to try and do a little bit more over there at some point in the near future. Or you can follow me on my personal training page, where you can get yourself some fitness tips, or if you want anything or need any advice, you can holler at me and I'll come back to you with some stuff.
Holla. And then obviously you can follow us Instagram account, where you can find all four of us on the Killer Comic Show over on Instagram. And yeah, Twitter off is gone. Don't worry about it. Just follow us over there. So, and we also have, check out the content. I haven't updated. Well, I think I've updated this, but Pete, you've probably put out 422 videos since then. So you can head over. You can. I start doing these 5-minute reviews. I think they're doing pretty well. It's either a toy review or it's a comic review or a trade paperback. The latest one that I put up the other day was the Alice Ever After by a friend of the show, Dan Panotion. Tomorrow we have Alice Never After going live up on the show. So again, that will be a 5-minute review. Peter, you've probably got 7 videos coming out. Is it 7 videos you've got coming out tomorrow?
Tonight. I can't even remember. No, I've got. To be fair, I've gone to, I think, 1 upload a week. So I couldn't tell you what Sundays or the next show is.
That's just the sex life, to be fair.
Loading.
Oh, download.
Hence the Viagra.
Floppy drive. Yeah.
A floppy drive. Jesus Christ. And then you can also, for new people in the chat, you can also follow us over and you can sign up and drop your reviews at thekillercomicshow.com. It says Killer Comic Reviews, but we're also going to be opening it up when we get a chance to changing it up. We're going to just do killer reviews. So it could be a toy review, it could be a comic review, it could be a trade paperback review. You can see this week's killer covers over there, and then you can also find out a bit about us, what we collect, what our hobbies are, and what our interests are. So head over there, www.thekillercomicshow.com. I think that is basically it. We will, before we stop. No, actually, we've got pickups, haven't we? I was going to do the giveaway, but what we do, we keep the viewers on, because that's what you have to do, and you got to do stuff like that. So what we do, we keep the viewers on, and we'll go to the perpetual pickups, because this is your part of the show, Andy, where we just sit back and you load out 4 long boxes, and we just enjoy what you've picked up.
Absolutely. What do people have to put in the chat for the comics?
It was #FF. Fucking hell. See what I mean? For fuck's sake, Charlie. FFS Charlie. There we go. That was it.
There we go. #FFS Charlie. Okay.
Yes. There we go.
So my first pickup was a little bit of Carla Cole.
Carla Cole. Yes, that is awesome.
I'm pretty sure Charlie won cover of the week last year or the year before with that bad boy.
I think I did. That was the Batman, when they did the crossover where Batman was Superman, where Superman was Batman's mum and dad, and it was really weird. But yeah, great cover.
Are you okay, Charlie?
Are you having another stroke?
I'm 4 stellars in. I'm not okay. I'm 4 stellars in. I'm not okay.
I was trying to see what the name of the book was, but then I realised what we're doing.
Don't worry about that.
It doesn't matter. Carla. We've got another one here. We've got Wonder Woman issue number 1. This is the Black and Gold series.
Awesome. Yeah. Where'd you get these from, mate?
These were through Whatnot on Slab City Comics, I want to say.
I love it when you say Whatnot. Peter's face just goes so red because he's like, Andy's going to tell me off.
Honestly, don't even get me started. I actually private messaged them to say step away from the whatnot. The other day. So I think it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago I showed you a slabbed version of this book, but this one came up on eBay and I couldn't resist. Probably my favourite Brian Boland cover, Wonder Woman issue number 6.
That's awesome, man.
Nice.
That's great.
Absolutely beautiful.
There's a
Legs to
stunning
die for.
statue of that, Andy.
Yeah, I know
It's
you.
stunning. It's beautiful. Yeah.
in
I
Peter's
also-
bedroom.
Pick this up.
Oh, that's well
Nice.
cool.
Batmobile 1966 version.
Adam West.
This was only released on the 1st of October, so I pre-ordered this and it arrived. Yes,
Oh, that's wicked, man. That's
How
cool.
many pieces is that,
What many?
Andy? Is that like
Sorry.
3,000 pieces?
it is
Does it come with Batman and Robin?
1,822.
Nice. When are you going to start
and,
that?
and it does come with a Batman figure.
Oh, wicked, man. That's awesome.
When are you going to start it?
I don't know. I don't know. Probably I might actually just save it for Christmas.
Oh, please, can you send me progress pictures as you go along?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So the last pickup was a special one for me. It means a lot to me. It has lots of memories and an emotional connection, which I won't go into on this show. But this was picked up from Ilsun Comics, aka Sunil, and picked this up.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Stunning.
That's a nice cover.
Wizard issue number 1, Todd McFarlane cover,
And a 9.4 as well. That's wicked.
9.4.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I took book to get in the high grade, to be fair, but it was actually Peter when I saw his raw copy. It brought back so many memories, and it just so happens that I found one on eBay, and he'd sent me an offer. And when I'd looked at the offer, I realised that it was Sunil who was selling it. So I just contacted him through Instagram, and he was so gracious enough to sell it to me via Instagram. And it was packaged so well. So I would highly recommend you go and check out Sunil. So that's Ilsun Comics is the name on Instagram. So
Stunning.
Okay.
Congrats. Brilliant book.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate. Really like that.
Is that it? No. Is that really?
quality over quantity.
There we go.
Quality over quantity.
Right, tell that to Declan.
Yeah.
Peter, what have you got?
I've got quantity over quality. So
Yeah,
I've got dog shit. I've got the book we've just talked about, but it is shiny.
That's
Look,
nice.
it's a fire
shiny.
shininess. But this is the book we've just been talking about. This is the first appearance technically of the All-Star universe. So
Can you
I guess
open it
it's a
up for me
book.
so I can see the Amiga sign? Because it's meant to be good.
2 stories.
Mm-hmm.
First story is about the establishment and the setting up of the Justice League. Artwork's all right, but the story's just cack.
Is it?
The second story, because it's a flip book, is the setting up of the All-Star universe. It links to the first story.
Right, okay.
The artwork's just friggin' dire. It's just awful.
God.
Sorry.
Just awful. But, well, I don't like this art style.
And the front cover, when it's open, does it show the Amiga sign? Yeah, that's. Oh no, that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty
No,
cool.
it's
Though.
upside down.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's because it's a flip book.
Yeah.
Reversed either side. It's be interesting to see if you guys read it. Next, we talked about this I think last week, and when I was in the comic shop today, I just spotted these and I thought, oh, these are sexy. This is DC's new compact books. Don't know if you've seen these.
Yes.
Short
Yeah.
books, yeah. And I
American
think it was-
Vampire. Yes.
Yeah, someone mentioned
That's what I
this.
picked last week. Yeah.
American Vampire,
Mhm.
book 1,
Yeah.
little short book. This was only £9, so less than a tenner, and you get 11 issues.
Where was that from?
Forbidden Planet. Pick this one up.
That's wicked.
So-
Forbidden Planet do some banging deals, you know.
Oh, I've just nearly shown
Peter,
you
that series is superb.
Yeah.
But great format as well. If you're not,
It's
do you know what I
really
mean?
good. Yeah,
Just a
yeah,
quick read.
yeah.
So yeah, pleased to get that. Looking forward to getting, and that's on your recommendation. I've wanted this cover for a while.
Nice.
Bit of
Michael
sexy
Turner,
for-
nice.
Michael Turner,
Nice.
action. So I love that one. Been talking about this book a lot. Got that. Mark Spears Monsters.
I like that. I've not seen that one before. That's the homage for Wolverine.
Look at the reflection. Look at the reflection in the cross. That's awesome, man.
It's Van Helsing in the reflection.
That's wicked.
Yeah, so I really like that one.
Peter, have you seen some of Mark Spears' Kickstarter stuff for
No,
2022?
but I'm into him now, Andy. I'm going to go and check him
Wow.
out because he's amazing.
I'm into him now. Oh,
I am. He doesn't know yet, but I've slipped in.
High Street.
High
He
Street variant for issue number 1. I've read
He
the
won't know
first
this.
3 or 4 pages of this, and I had to get home. First 3 or 4 pages have blown us away, so I really hope we read this next week. This is sexy. When I found out that Simon Furman was coming to Thought Bubble, I wanted his Generation 1 revival, and I found this on eBay.
Oh,
So
wow.
this
oh,
is a
nice.
box set. It's got G.I. Joe, 3 issues of G.I. Joe, and it's got the gatefold cover issue in there. I've taken it out.
wicked, man.
It's in perfect condition
My
because it's
one's
being this box.
bugged.
So because it's being this box, it's got no spine ticks or anything like that. So all wrong
Nice.
with that.
That's well cool. Mine's fucked. The one I've got.
And then the last thing I was going to show off is a bit special for us because it's an artist that I've always wanted to get a hold of something from, and I've never managed to get anything. So I paid a little bit of money for this, but it's my
Is it
favorite
comic
DC
deal?
character. It's comic deal. It is comic deal. This is George Perez.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
That's cool.
Flash, fold around sketch.
Oh, that's cool.
Where I've seen that before. Where have I seen that before?
eBay probably. I don't know.
Did Efren not have something similar to that? I think Efren has.
No, do you know what he does?
George
Yeah, he
Perez
does. He does. Yeah, he does.
I bought this. Has been sent to me from America. What if I bought it off friggin' Efren and not realised?
That would be
That-
amazing.
Can
I
I?
swear,
almost-
I swear he's got one like that.
Efren would have his CGC surely. Shit the bed.
No.
Can you imagine if I bought it off Efren?
Unless he had a raw copy.
Was he in San Diego? Was he in San Diego?
You need to
don't know.
message him,
I'm-
Pete. Pete, you've
I'm
got to
checking.
message
I'm
him.
checking.
You have to. That would be amazing. Yeah, that would be hilarious. He can bring you a refund when he comes over for Thought Bubble.
Who have I fucking bought this off? I bet I've bought. No, Efren would have recognised. Surely to God, Efren would have recognised my name on the address. No, he wouldn't because it's eBay international shipping thing. So you don't put the person's name, do you?
I'm checking now, boys.
And he's
Oh, this is great. This would be awesome. I'd
Can you
love that.
imagine?
San Diego, California.
It is not your lying twat.
It is.
It is.
Hunt with Daniel. That's who I've bought this off.
Yeah, that's
Hunt
everyone's
with
real
Daniel.
name. Daniel's his real
Oh,
name.
Daniel.
It is Daniel. Yeah.
No,
Is that, have you got,
it's San Jacinto in California.
Oh, right.
oh, that would have been funny. That would have been.
That
funny.
would have been amazing, to be fair.
Anything else, Peter?
He definitely
No,
has something similar to that, though,
He does,
Peter. So
he does.
Yeah.
that's weird.
He does. Is that in the top loader?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nice.
And
So
I'm going
what-
to send that off to CGC.
Nice.
I was,
Tom, what
I was
have you
going to say that's the least that guy could have given him for that big. Seeing the price that he's paid for it,
Yeah.
he should have given him 2 top loaders.
One inside the other.
Yeah.
What have you got, Tom?
So I've got. So I got some more Transformer original ones from the UK comics. To kind of keep collecting this collection, so I can read it to my nephew. This one I really like. So they did a homage of this recently in one of the IDW books. But this is where Blaster in the book gets kind of almost melted down. So it's quite a good book actually.
Oh, nice.
I actually remember having this when I was a kid, but I don't know what ever happened to it. But so I was quite chuffed with that. My mentor that I do my personal training with, he's been banging on to me about getting involved in the Warhammer video game Space Marine 2. So I'm holding off to get it until I get paid, basically. But he sent me this book, which is basically the ultimate guide to Warhammer. So I'm going to have a look through that at some point. So it's basically like, there's history behind Warhammer, who all the characters are, kind of, some ideas of what all the little action figurines are all about. I'm not going to get into the figurines. I used to when I was a kid. I used to love painting them and stuff, but I think it's a rabbit hole I could do without going down, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. It's a pretty cool book too. I also got the first issue of Ain't No Grave, which I'm really chuffed with. Because I mean, we've said this before. Whenever we read a comic all the way through, and I really enjoy it, I like to get the first issue so I can have it CGC'd. So I've got it as a bit of a memory. So
I think that's my comic of the year so far.
Yeah,
I would say so. That
one will be going off to CGC. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. Definitely agreed. And then I got a little something that I'm sure Peter will understand or should know about. This bad boy came through the post.
Nice.
Nice.
So I got
Yes,
the
very
Hot
cool.
Toys Deadpool,
Did you get?
which I'm
Did
really
you get the deluxe one?
maybe
Yeah.
little bit.
That's come incredibly quick. They've
Yeah.
brought
Hasn't
that out
just?
really quick. Yeah.
Yeah. The
It's
dog
stunning,
pool is
Tom.
wicked. The
So
dog
is that
pool is
all of you
absolutely
now have got Hot Toys?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've converted you all to Hot
It's
Toys.
your
I'm
fault.
proud. I'm proud.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
you. One of you.
It's your fucking fault. I'm sleeping on the sofa.
One of us. One of us. Yeah. No,
Very
that's
nice,
man.
Tom. Very nice.
It comes with some really cool shit though. Like, so you've got like baby pool. I haven't taken that
Yeah.
packaging yet. But some really really cool stuff. And the zombie head job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get the Wolverine as well?
I have. He doesn't come out till March. Yeah.
Mm.
So I've got an idea of how I want to do them because I've got the record. I've got the art of book,
Mhm.
and then I'm going to get the 2 steel cases, so I can have like a really cool display, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Stunning.
Sad, but I like the idea of it.
It's superb. I love it. I love
They
it.
are nice. They are nice. So I haven't really got a lot. I've literally got Alice Never After, which is the review goes up tomorrow. So loving this because there's some art backs, some stuff in there. Been talking to Dan about that. So looking forward to reading that. And then I've got some stuff from Slab Crusaders. You might have seen it on the video that I did the other week. But it's got some nice Scotty Young. Scotty Young there. More Scotty Young. Just for you, Pete. I've literally got
I do like that one, mate.
15. The only thing missing from this is the pump.
Bam.
That
Yeah.
the bamf.
The bamf, yeah.
Bamf, there we go, the bamf. And then I've got another one.
Bump to reload.
I love the stickers. Love the stickers. Got so many of them now. And then Andy. Brisson. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. And then another Brisson.
That spider one that you just showed, the ghost spider one, that should be upside down.
Yeah, great.
Because of the way her hair is. It should be they should have done it that way up.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense to me.
Yes, it would have done. So yeah, there's another frisson there, and then we've got a foil. Love a foil. I've got this coming.
That's
in CGC.
cool.
I've got this coming in CGC as well.
That is really cool.
So we've got that one. Then we've got this one. I honestly don't remember ordering these. So when they come in the post, I was like, I literally don't. I've got like,
How long have you had your stack for then? Because that's come back a long while.
that's going back. Yeah, I forget that I've got it, and then James will message me and be like, "You have comments." I'm like, "Okay, we'll just send them then." I just forget. And then another David Nakayama foil there. That one. And then what is this? What's this one? This is what is this? Power Girl.
Yes.
Won't put that one. I'll probably send some of these off to CGC.
Was that
send them to Peter.
What's that? I don't. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I should probably start. I'm paying like £35 a year for like CGC, and I've used it once, so I should probably just send some off, and that'd be
You don't need.
I always
to pay
forget
for it
about
anymore,
CGC.
I know.
It's free now, so you don't need to pay for it anymore. You only get a discount if you've got a paid membership.
Oh really?
Yeah. They changed it a year or two ago. So your free membership, you can send books off left, right, and centre.
So
if you pay
that's
for it, you get a discount or something.
so that's CGC and StreamYard. Absolutely fucking
Screw it
pulling my
all.
pants down. Why not? Anyone else? MJ Comics, you still in here? You want to screw me over? I'm totally joking. Sorry. As I said, I'm 4 stellars in, so I'm getting a bit. But yeah, that's it. Another good show. What we'll do now, we shall share the screen, and we'll do a little giveaway if anyone's still here. If anyone is actually still here. So we have. Hashtag for fuck's sake, Charlie. We've had 8 entries. What we'll do now, we'll just draw it, shall we? There we go. And it is, I swear, if it's fucking, what's his name again? Hey! Fuzzy. Bing bong bosh. Everyone's favourite tennis ball. Fuzzy. I'll get a couple of comments in the post. So if you just drop me your drop me your address in the DM. I swear, if it's going to be DVH, I was going to fucking say, nope, you've cleared us out for the past fucking 4 years. You can... That's it.
4 cans deep. 4 cans deep, everybody.
Exactly. You wait till Paul bubble. But it's been a good show. Good to be back. The 4 of us on form. Love it. Peter, you're going live in about 10 minutes, I think, aren't you? 10
I'm
minutes.
live now on 3 channels.
You're live.
Live now on 3 channels.
ITV, BBC iPlayer, and 4 on demand. There you go. You can catch him anywhere.
I was going to say I didn't see Dr. Von Hoot's name on it, but Doctor, we're only winding up. You should enter. Definitely.
You can enter. Of course you can. You can.
Everybody can enter.
Enter wherever you like, whenever you like. There we go. But that's it. Another good
Somebody
show.
Please stop this stream.
Yes. Just
No,
press stop. We will be back next Thursday, same time, 9 o'clock. Yes, that's 9 o'clock over on the Killer Comic Show, where you can find us for 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Comic Tom, if you're watching, that's 9 o'clock. MJ Comics, if you're watching, that's 9 o'clock. Gem Mint, if you're watching, that's 9 o'clock. UK time, 9 p.m. on the Killer Comic Show. Guys, it's been amazing. Love you all. Love the chat. See you later.
See ya.
See ya.